Alrighty. Hey, everybody, welcome. It is Wednesday, one of our favorite times of the day. Thank you all for coming on by and hanging out with us on this wonderful Wednesday. Lots to talk about. So, real quick, so before we begin, um, some news broke, Joker. Some news actually broke. Apparently, it's a win for online multiplayer game and probably single player game. And
What's
this got
happening with
it and surprisingly, this got me excited again for Star Wars Galactic Racer. Surprisingly, now when I heard about this game, I'm like, "Oh, a racer game? Okay, you have my attention. I do like the pod race aspect and everything. I do like that." So apparently, new details emerged. We briefly touched on this a couple before you went on your vacation, but more details have emerged. It's being developed by foreign devs on Need for Speed and Burnout. That is a massive W right there. Yes, please, we like that. Has an immersive solo campaign with branching paths. So kind of like an RPG element, kind of like Knights of the Old Republic ish and everything in between. I can live with that. Uh 12 racer online multiplayer. Perfect. Scenario mode with unique racing conditions. Vehicles include pod racers, repulsor crafts, land speeders, skim speeders, and speeder bikes. Alrighty, we're getting the mainline stuff, including the obscure ones too. I like this. And here we go. The biggest one of all, Joker, has no season pass. This is a premium release. We want to complete when it comes out. I re
Wonderful. Perfect.
No season pass, and it's not a live service game because it has a single player campaign and an online multiplayer, not live service. The Battle Pass, they really thought about this. You could tell they really thought of this. And I'm actually excited. It's by the devs of Need for Speed and Burnout, so they know what they're doing. It's like, how can we bring? Because Joker, how can we make Star Wars more exciting? We already did the Battlefront series, and now we're in the racer aspect, which is a very underrated genre in the world of Star Wars. And I'm glad that we're getting a fresh new game with a brand with a new concept. Like, okay, where are we gonna go this time? Who are we racing against? And at the end of that trailer, we saw Sebulba, and I'm like, okay, this is really good because we haven't
It's funny because if you go to discussing films that they broke character and they said Zavol was fucking back. I'm like,
Yes, indeed, Sebulba is back, and I cannot be any more happier. So this game, Joker, is definitely going to be on my list of to keep an eye out for and to promote. I might even go as far as say this is probably the first time I'm genuinely excited for a Star Wars game since Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Jedi Outcast. Oh, Fallen Order, sorry. Fallen Order
Fallen,
and
Fallen
and
Order
and
and
beyond.
Jedi Survivor.
Your
I am
thoughts, Joker?
very much happy because these are done by, again, the devs who did work on the Need for Speed games and Burnout. Burnout is an excellent series. Go play that. Very fun to play, especially with Lost Paradise. Getting that nice remaster done by EA Games. So good job, EA. You did something good for once. Like I will always mention, when they do something good, that's great. But pod racing is always my fascinating thing because whenever episode one is on TV, I will sit down and watch it and just be like so excited for the pod racing segment. That was pure adrenaline and wonderful to see. And we definitely do have our fair share of Star Wars games that were racing, but now again with tech we have nowadays, I think we can finally get that dream of what does an actual pod racing game look like. I want that speed that adrenaline junkies get, and it's by these devs. Hell yeah, I'm very much excited. Not everything needs to be live service. I will take very much a very good, excellent single player offline experience game, and with 12 races online for multiplayer, whoo, this is gonna be exciting. But also can't wait for just to crash and burn and be dead last and then come in first place. So that is what these experiences going to be. So I'm very excited, very much excited.
And the beautiful thing is, it has no season pass, no more ridiculous skins.
Please, this should be the golden standard, but apparently devs don't get this, and we have to keep having the bullshit season pass this buy now because it's very popularized. Notice how they didn't say battle royale stuff either. This is a premium release. If you want to complete when it comes out, that should be the standard because you go back to again Gens 5 and 6 mostly when game is coming very popular before we reach the 7th gen. Everything you got on the disc was there. That's the game that's going out. Especially if you're the fighting game fanatics. You had all the unlockable skins, cosmetic. It was all right there. All you had to do was play the game. But nowadays, they like to sell you stuff. Again, the Angry Joe clip of when Evolve launched, and there was a season pass for it. You get a couple monsters and a few other things. That was about it. Mostly the monsters. But then they had this horrible, all the prices in total for these, again, cosmetic skins, mind you, cosmetic skins, cost you in grand total, if you bought everything, $150. Remember, $60 just for the base game. And if you didn't have the season pass, if you want to buy stuff, costs you $150. And a lot of that wasn't even on the season pass. So it was like, ooh, ooh. So grand total, you were paying the price close to Cyberpunk 2077 Collector's Edition, $210. Ouch. Ouch. Just to get everything. So that's not
Exactly.
fun at all. It's just driving the players crazy. And was it one of the Tekken games or was that Dead or Alive? One of those two had that if you wanted to do everything, get everything, it was over $1,000. Ooh, ooh, no, I don't have that kind of money. That needs to go towards rent, so no. Or if you want to change stuff again, you need to pay more money. So, yeah, no wonder why people are sick of this. And again, with how popular Fortnite popularized this stupid battle royale passes, yeah, this isn't fun. So it is nice to know that we're going back old school again. So this will be a lot of fun. And again, to be fair, people like Sean Murray and his team of Hello Games, every expansion that comes out for No Man's Sky is free. Free. You don't have to pay a dime for anything. You can buy No Man's Sky right now, boot it up, download the latest patch, and you have every single expansion up to this point for the nearest foreseeable future. That's how it should be.
Now comes the elephant in the room question. I wonder how much this is going to be. With that aside, now that's not a factor anymore. I want to say ballpark estimate. This is probably going to be $50 to $60, and then depending on the digital edition and everything, I want to say 75, 80, somewhere in that price range, like between $40 to $80, depending on which one you get. because that's the roughest estimate I could think of. Again, everybody, again, before everybody gets on their high horse, this is just speculation. We really don't know the pricing or anything. We're just elaborating on what we think the price is gonna fall in between 40 and $80. That's it. However, bear in mind, a single player campaign, a 12 racer online multiplayer, no battle pass, no live service. For once, we're actually getting a game that is worth enjoying, and it's from a Star Wars game of all things. So I say this is a massive step in the right direction. And I'm genuinely excited for Star Wars Galactic Racer. I'm genuinely excited because this really surprised me. The trailer had my attention, and I'm like, okay, you have it's like let's see.
Had my
It's like this.
curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Exactly that. You have my curiosity with the trailer, but now you have my attention with these new details. So yes. Final thoughts, Joker.
Looks promising, looks awesome, so let's go for it.
Alrighty. Joker, what would you like to talk about next?
Well, since we're talking about gaming right now, there's a lot of leaks for RE9 that's going on. Like I said, our good friend, the Killer Critic, he's kind of sending me stuff, and he's like, "Am I allowed to share or not?" He's like, "I'm like, no," but I'm like, "Let me guess one thing. Does a certain individual that Phoenix said that they're not gonna do it, they do it? So, can I get a shock that I was right? I called it. I'm gonna put in the private chat. I was right. Phoenix is gonna be like, wait, you were. Mm-hmm. Now remember, folks. Here's a good advice from Uncle J or Mr. J. For spoilers, proceed at your own risk. And it's not my fault or anyone's fault if you look at it. That is you, the individual, trying to scour the internet, be like, I don't want to know, but I gotta take a quick peek. So I was right with the private chat. I was right all along. So, however, there's a twist to that. So it's like, so they really didn't do it then, but I was still right. So I was still right. But every time stuff like this happens, it's either going to be met with a lot of positivity or a lot of negativity. So I'm an opinion right now that I knew they were going to do it, but they didn't have the balls to do it.
Oh boy, yeah. I don't know if they're gonna have the balls to do it.
They won't. They don't. They're not going to do it. And I told Casey, get ready because I think some of the other older cast members might get that treatment. And he goes like, no. I'm like, trust me, this will become a Yakuza scenario where they can move on from the old cast, then they'll just keep bringing them back. But I do have some better stuff in here for us to talk about, but there's a lot of heartbreaking stuff right now because, like I said, memento mori, memento amors. Remember, you must die and you must love. And some people are taken from us way too soon. We'll get to one of those in the future, which we gotta. Hopefully, they found that scumbag out there. But one of them, you gotta give credits to, like I said, to the people behind the scenes, the animators, the people. This lady over here, who Jane Bear, who sadly passed away at the age of 91. She was one of the animators on Sleeping Beauty, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Rescuers, Beauty and the Beast, Peach Dragon, and The Black Cauldron. Living up to be 91 years old, to see how animation has changed over the decades. Lived a good life. And I don't know what scenes exactly she worked on, but one of the animators for some of the best stuff right here, including the original Black Cauldron. Woo! That's a good, healthy resume.
Yeah, Jane Bear and every other animator like her deserve their flowers too and recognition because you cannot you it takes a lot. You have this story, but I feel like art and motion and storyboarding are very, very important. And Joker, knowing you, Jasmine Phoenix, and so many others, this rings true because I do see some of the stuff that you guys do on the side, and I'm genuinely impressed. And I'm like, okay, we got some things going, but that's how it's brought to life. The reason why the Black Cauldron, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Rescuers, Beauty and the Beast, and Sleeping Beauty, and many others are in the Hall of Fame of childhood nostalgia is for that reason. The the animators and the animation behind it. I mean, look at this. You cannot tell me a single person did that whole scene. This
Some
is
should some is that like when we're talking about like classic Disney, something like this probably took a few people weeks to months to nail down. But you also got to remember for the classic why we have Disney has that wonderful class house style is that they still did well as everyone did back in the day references. They rotoscope a lot of stuff, and they probably had the actors were like, "Okay, go out there, do the actual scene, and you will still see them in what's been preserved costumes." Maleficent's actress was always wearing the horns and the costumes, so she had that. So just to get things to look close enough to them, but also still realize again, these are still fictional characters, but they look so lifelike. That's why Disney was always at the top of their game because they were doing stuff that you were like, wait, they're doing this? Why can't we do this? Like, and eventually the competition caught up.
and remember, Joker and I, we harp on this, but it bears repeating. That that apple scene from Snow White, that is still mind-blowing to this day. The animation, the
The
colors, and,
transformation,
and
even
how it's
before that,
presented. How it's presented. And you look at how old this movie is, and it looks like something like decades ahead of its time, decades. And here we are. This right here too. It's so it's mind-boggling how well Roger Rabbit
and also
holds
how
up.
they got away with it too, because the rule was that for WB and Disney, they had to share screen time. Except for Disney, they snuck in Mickey in the parachute scene one frame earlier than Bugs, so they got to have that moment.
Yep. And because this right here, ladies and gentlemen, you will never see again. We won't see this again given the current state of affairs, but we can appreciate though because I recently watched Roger Rabbit and it boggles my mind how well this still holds up to this day. And that's because there was love and care behind it. You look at the more modern ones, it is so bad. I'm like, "Ooh, that did not age well. That did not age well very, very all." Because you can only do so much with computer generated, graphics and everything. You can only do so much. And that's why with hand animate with, like, hand drawn animation, cell shading, I feel like those should be important curriculums in art school. That should be, like, important classes right there to preserve that style and everything. Because as the years go by, we're losing more of that every day. It's a miracle that Japan still has it. It's a miracle right now. But with Joy Bear though, and many animators, I tip my hat to her for having a impressive resume. I bet I bet she loved what she did and is probably still probably gets compliments like, "Hey, I loved your work in this movie and that movie." It's people like her we should show appreciation towards every now and then because we can like compliment the director and the actor or actress all day every day, but it's people like Jane Bear that needs the attention too. But I digress.
We got another sad one in over there
Ah!
in Latin
Oh.
America. Latin, I'm not R
Oh.
over here,
Oh.
but in Latin America, Latin. Keiko Zara has sadly passed away. This gentleman in Latin America was the voice of Husk, Mr. Grouper, Saiki and the Cat in the Hat in Latin America. I do not know how old this gentleman is, but like I said, every year it gets a little heartbreaking, and I'm sure people in Latin America are just as devastated as we are over here as well. Because it's sometimes, even though we don't understand their language, I can still understand a good performance here and there in another language, even with subtitles. So this is just as heartbreaking as everybody else we've been losing the past decades. But it's getting harder every year.
Oh, it is, and it's like it's heartbreaking when we report when we do when we do in memorandums and everything of amazing talented people from animators to voice actors across all countries. We're not focused on one, ladies and gentlemen. We respect other voice actors from different countries, and this is no different. I'm from the looks of him, he looks to be in his relatively early late 30s, early 40s. I have to say, I mean, but still, like, damn, and some of these ages I see and I'm like, "Uh? Are we sure that's because it boggles my mind." And I've seen Cat in the Hat, and I think I have heard the Husk, Mr. Grouper. I don't know what Psycham is. I haven't heard that one. I think Husk. Oh, wait a minute, Husk. That outfit, that armor. I wonder, was he an avatar?
Cool.
I wonder if he was an avatar. Because I recognize the art. I could be wrong, but
Could be one of the avatars at least, because I don't know. 55. He was 55 years old. I looked on.
wow.
Again, it's too young. Too young. So heart and soul's with him, but this one hits me a lot right now. Robert Duvall passed away at 95. And to be fair with Mr. Duvall, he had more of a, due to the older he got a little bit his heart was failing too at the same time. So it's kind of like a little bit of heart failure. When you get that old, you're going to develop some problems with the health. '95. This is the man that was in everything.
Ah.
Apocalypse Now, The Godfather.
Oh,
So much.
I loved him in Godfather. Randy Duvall. My word, talk about criminally. You look up the word criminally underrated. You see Robert Duvall there. dude needs way more credit than anything. He was fantastic in the scenes he was in, from Godfather and many more, but man, what an actor.
Yeah, his wife, Lucina, yeah, she announced the death. So I know she's
Ooh.
young, but even then, she said it with class. At least it was like she said it with class. So
Exactly, and it's a good thing, and that's a good thing too that his wife was gracious enough to announce the news with like what you said, like how you said with class and respect, rather than like a short paragraph and nothing else like I've seen with other ones. But man, 95 years
sadly, she
old.
passed away peacefully. So there was that. So, but 95, what a great man, what a great actor. And don't forget, he started some of his earlier roles. Like if we go way back here, don't forget To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes, this is the guy who saved
Oh,
the children. Because you got to remember, he goes that far back.
oh wow! I didn't even
Before,
expect that. This I did not expect. Holy
you didn't know
crap!
that? Like everybody went to
No,
kill them.
I must have missed out. So if that's
Well,
my
at least
fault.
my generation's been like you're forced to read To Kill a Mockingbird in my school, and then like so he kind of got a. He was like if you go way back, he's like at the end of the movie. He's like at the very end because so I believe he was in there. Yep, Arthur. Yep, both. So he was in there. So yeah, but wow, just think about that long life, but still, what a great man. But going further to the deaths, I know this sounds like a very sad one right now. We have lost the designer of Hideki Saito, the designer of all of the Sega consoles. Now, I never had a Sega console at all, but Phoenix and a few others did, so they would have more to say about this. But think about that. Designer of virtually all of Sega consoles, all of the consoles. So to the Saturn
Oh
Dreamcast, video game history is just as fun as the games themselves.
man, I would I would give anything just to have like a 10-minute interview with him and ask him, hey, what was your favorite Sega console that you designed? Oh, I wonder what I wonder what his favorite was. Because although I
That's it.
as much as I love the Dreamcast and everything, I do have one valid criticism. It's the controller layout and everything. That's my one criticism of the Dreamcast. Everything else was fine. Man, was that controller a mental gymnastic workout to even get through. Again, no disrespect. Dreamcast has earned its place. That's just my one gripe. Everything else was fine. But man, to be there from the Sega Genesis, the Sega 32X, the Sega Jaguar. Oh my god, I can't believe that one got made. Ugh. The Dreamcast, Champ. Um, I can't imagine just sitting there. I bet you he probably has various different plaques of like all the different Sega consoles he did over the years. Oh man. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's people behind the scenes that need recognition too. And this guy right here, just like the animator, Jane Bear, they deserve recognition as well. Because this guy literally uh, designed our childhood consoles for the Sega brand. Oh, rest in peace, legend. Joker, your thoughts?
Again, I never grew up with the Sega consoles at all, but however, they're important to the home console market is just as important with Nintendo, Atari, so many others as well. Yes, Sega didn't do a whole lot of smart things after they kind of got going because with all those extras additions to like, oh, just keep this and buy like the Mega Drive attachment or this and that. And people were tired of like, I don't want to keep buying this attachment. Just make a console that is powerful enough. And then there was the Dreamcast, which was the final nail in the coffin, which was yes. However, people thought like, is this going to be the same thing as the others? Are we going to buy additional parts just to keep this thing up and running? They said no, but the damage was done already due to terrible decisions behind the market, and that's why Sega said we're going to leave the console market. We're going to make video games now going forward.
Yep. Oh
So
man.
kind of sad too at the same time. But in very shocking news, this is sudden. Sadly, we lost Peter right away. Peter Green from Pulp Fiction due to an
What is
accidental gunshot wound, self-inflicted
is
gunshot wound.
Joker? What the hell is going? I'm
Same here, folks. This is the story is developing quickly as possible, but it did look like he accidentally self-inflicted himself with it. He either was going to put it away, didn't know there was like a round in the chamber still, but so or like just like some people say, practice good gun safety. Is either he did follow the rules or just forgot something was still in it. So stuff like this is shocking. So it's still developing, but it looks like that. Yes, he accidentally killed himself, and so it was an accidental death. So no foul play involved whatsoever here, folks. There's no foul play, but man,
and this is
too
why,
soon.
ladies and gentlemen, always check your firearm before you put it away. Is the magazine out of the chamber? Oh, sorry. Is the magazine out of the gun? Is the bullet that's in the chamber out of the chamber? Is the safety mechanism on? These are important things to check daily. Because this does happen. I mean, you could just set it down. You could just I've seen guns where Joker, get this, you even just set it down in like from a certain height or anything, boom, it goes off. And
So I
it's
don't know what the type of gun he had, but this is just like developing because he. So, but it's too soon, like way too soon. Only 60, so he could have. Yeah, that's something to worry about. It's like how did that happen? So, but it's still developing. So it's like so. But now I am gonna try to put in some better news, hopefully, with the awkward transition I have right now. It does look like that Warner Brothers are finally reopened to talk to Paramount again.
eh?
So they will give Paramount 7 days to make their best and final offer. So there is that. But yes, because you got to remember that these are the guys are the ones that kept saying that our deal is much better than Paramount. So we will continue to hold their offer. And Paramount kept going after and after. So whatever this new deal is now at the end, now they're saying that, okay, so this is looking to be a little bit better, so they're gonna look at them. But now I'm trying to find. So here's the better deal that Netflix is like. They've outlined this. I don't like this at all because it's still not enough because it shouldn't be a 45-day window and then go straight to digital and then later HBO Max. This really should just be keep it within a 45 95-day window, then do physical, then do streaming.
Exactly.
Because a lot of shows on Netflix does not have streaming unless you were the ones that were very much popular or the ones that did get lucky enough to get it, or you're just waiting for like some of the anime content to at least find a home through either Viz, Aniplex, Sentai, and a few others to get a physical release with the Netflix dub along with it. Otherwise, if you're not don't have your Fate Apocrypha Blu-rays, they're a little expensive to get because Netflix licensing expires and it's no longer on Netflix. So there's that. But it's not all bright and sunny because now the Justice Department has summoned. If I can get it over here. Has, has summoned some of the largest theatrical chains in the U.S. conversation about Warner Brothers' sale. Because when you think about everything that I just said, this
Uh,
is finally what I'm actually have been looking for. Because one, this does not mean you Snyder fanboys over there, or at least the ones that are delusional, keep thinking that we're gonna get no. Let's be mature here for a second. If Warner Brother gets bought out by either Netflix or Paramount, it's bad. If they go to Netflix, it's bad because they're not going to let movies breathe in theaters, and they're going to start losing a ton of money. If they go with Paramount, now Paramount is going to be even more in debt, and even with them saying that we get 30 movies out every year, how many of them will make money? How many of them will not make money? And they refuse to put Avatar back in theaters because they're going to put it back on they're going to keep it on digital, which is just not great. Because I want to see that new animation Avatar movie on the biggest screen possible.
oh, absolutely. And and I'm just wondering, it's like, okay, finally the Justice Department does something. Took them long enough. What were they doing? But when you
Probably
but but
nothing.
but Joker is right, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, to all you delusional backwoods water drinking Snyder fans, not the cool ones, not the cool ones. You guys are cool because at least you see the writing on the wall, at least. The writing's on the wall. Either Warner Brothers goes to Paramount or Netflix, it won't be a win for the Snyderverse. It won't. Let's just face it.
It's not a win that everybody think it is. It's a win that's not going to happen. Plus, I don't think Netflix is willing to spend the money on just restore this old universe that it goes. There's that meme that of Dragon Ball where it's like, let's fight for someplace that's empty. No one showed up to the theaters to see this. But when you look at more on the financial side of things, like with Netflix getting WB, they're going to be taking a lot of tax write off for films and projects that may not ever come out again, just to save some extra money. they're gonna have to with Netflix, like I said, with this okay, let's see here what I had it just over here just not too long ago. Like I said, with the whole plan, they would have to keep movies in theaters longer, and for Netflix to start reducing these budgets because you can't spend, like I said last year, $320 million for a slop movie nobody saw that was called The Electric State, which turned the book's visuals being haunting and beautiful to look at for generic slop. So I don't want to watch that. I don't like. That's why I never watched it. The trailer didn't impress me. The visual didn't impress me, and it just didn't help. That I was like, I'm not interested in this. Because when I saw the images from the book, I was like, how do you take something that looks so visually stunning and turn it into this is from generic movie 1297. Sorry, but that's how it goes. But also at the same time, you got to think about who's going to lose all their jobs. Because remember, you're spending a lot of money, the little guy has to pay. And remember, theater chains are not going to survive. That's why we said they finally did something. And it's like, finally, they're talking about it. It's like, is this good for business? No, it's not. It is not good for business. And then you got Netflix CEO Ted Sanders, which I got a gentleman I don't like. He's like, well, he took aim at Paramount for the bid, accusing David Ellison's lead company of flooding the zone with confusion for shareholders. Yeah, Ted. Remember how WB also told their shareholders to keep rejecting Paramount's bid? So, you want to say something, Ted? Confusion? Because I'm pretty sure Paramount kept trying to get Warner Brothers' attention, yet WB was like, no, we're going to go over here. But now that you're losing, you want to fire back and say it's misleading information. Which is it, Ted? Trying to have cake and eat at the same time? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong because Ted is just look at that face. You can't tell me he's plotting something. He's like, oh, so they're gonna do this. Okay. Contact the shareholder, contact somebody, contact one of our friends, get them to this deal. Try to do what you can to turn it in our favor. Your master commands you. That is the face he is making right now. This face right here should scare everybody. This look right here should make people worried. Because remember, folks, this is not about theaters and everything. It's consumer or the shareholder. That's what it really boils down to in all of this. Because remember, we're paying the money for the tickets for the films to keep going. That's why we have sequels and everything. We make the movie successful. Well, guess what? It's going to get a second sequel. So that's the way the world works. But unfortunately, the shareholders have kicked everybody out of those rooms and put their corporate yes men in. And now you see why we're in the state that we are in because of that. So whatever happens to Warner Brothers, I hope and pray that cooler heads prevail and they go to possibly Paramount, because at least with that there is longevity for certain projects to do see the silver screen and not the streaming screen yet. Think of
So
it like,
we're gonna, yeah. So we're
oh,
gonna have to
go ahead.
wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. We'll keep you all in the loop. hopefully the merger can stop. That's what I'm hoping. Just let the merger stop and everybody just goes back to making the best product possible, which is never going to happen, and just kind of get this mess all over because it's not healthy. But
Wait,
speaking about stuff, hopefully,
where is the lab at? Where is that little bastard? He has been far too quiet, Joker.
oh,
Anyway,
but speaking about Netflix, hopefully they won't cancel this one because
okay, you have my attention. Bass
because we
X
got Brian
Machina.
T. Henry will EP and star in Bass X Machina, a new adult animated series starring all these people who I cannot pronounce. Co-star in the series set in a lawless, I love the setting, steampunk western overrun by brutal outlaws, machines, and supernatural terrors. Premieres in the month of horror for October.
Nice.
So, for one, I like the setting. It's steampunk. First of all, you picked my favorite genre. Thank you. And it sets it out from everybody else. We got steampunk that's also Western, overrun by brutal outlaws, machines, and supernatural terrors. So everything stands out, and it's something we don't see quite as often, combining every genre together. Good. Pick all the genres. Do a good job. I like the character design so far, and for Mr. Brian Trey, I can't pronounce his last name, he's actually a really freaking good actor. Like, he's really good. Yes, his comedy stuff is still great, but when he does something that's a little more drama heavy focus, yes, he's pretty good in it. So, wonderful. And I'm hoping they don't cancel this because I want this to succeed. Go ahead, Adam.
This actually hits the right notes. Because I too am a sucker for westerns, like 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 Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, um, all kinds, and Trigun. I just like that setting because it's like outlaws, machines, and supernatural terrors in a steampunk west. Yes, please, you have our attention. I would like to hear more about this and what it's going to be about. Bass Ex Machina, yes, you have our attention over here at Knightcast, and we'll keep an eye out for more details. October 6th is actually the perfect month for this to come out because supernatural terrors, yes, because I want to learn about the dude in the with the hat and the robotic arm. I wonder what happened to him. How did he get that arm? And what his name is. What is his story? You see, folks, this is show and don't tell at its best form when done right. Yes, we have a stacked cast of lineup and everything. We have the premise. It's everything done right. You have the title name, the release date, the cast, the one single image of the animated series character, and of course, the actor on the right. This is marketing done right. Because now people like me and Joker want to know who's the guy in the image on the left? What's his story? What's up with the arm? And why does he look so pissed? These are the questions that will be answered when upon viewing. I can't wait to see the trailer for this series, and I'm looking forward to it.
But the reason why I keep saying that I hope they don't cancel this, please tell me you saw Terminator Zero.
I have.
I got some bad news, folks. According to the lead writer himself, it's been canceled by Netflix. It was canceled. It was critical. It was critical, and audience reception to it was tremendous. But at the end of the day, did not enough people watched it. I would love to deliver on the future war I have planned in season 2 and season 3, but I'm very happy with how it feels contained as it is. Now, he was offered by Netflix to be like, to wrap up the stories in 2 to 3 episodes. He didn't want to do that, so sadly, here it remains. And we had 3 seasons playing out. 2 more seasons. 2 more seasons. And even Moogalord's like, I never even heard about this. I'm like, dude, I knew about this. I tweeted about it. At least my review, at least. And I love the show. It was the best project since Terminator 2. The best written story since Terminator 1. And just like the Sarah Chronicles, it was so good. That's like, I want to see more of this. Is it going to happen? Will they get to their D-Day? And like I said, since the show's canceled now, I can't believe it. They fixed my main issue with all the Terminator projects. They explained the timeline. And to me, when they explained it in the show, I was like, that makes sense now. I'm like, that makes sense. Like he fixed it. Like he fixed it in that beautiful scene where that lady was telling the main character about like, this is how it goes and everything. And it's like, this explains why, if you want to be this way, be this individual, why. If you think Terminator ends at the first movie, I'm like, yeah, I accept that. But if you say it ends at the second movie, I'm like, yeah, I can accept that. If you believe Terminator 3 is in a different continuity, I'm like, I can accept that now with this. For Salvation can be the genesis to everything. Even Terminator Genesis. Even Genesis makes sense now. I was like, oh my god, he fixed their biggest problem on why there's so many damn Terminator projects. In that one scene, they fixed the time travel issue. And I was like, and it was done by Production IG. It's amazing. Even that art style they went for, I was like, dude, this could have appeared on Cartoon Network and would have been amazing to watch back in the day, or sci-fi. It just had that right balance of Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 classic style of directing, where it was a thriller with the action in it, and they were building upon what was going to happen. And I was like, dude, this is such a great show. And I'm bummed out. And yes, Skull Island was also canceled by Netflix, but at least those writers, even though it got canceled, they finished the show off in the comic book. But again, I don't know why he didn't take the deal, do those 2 to 3 episodes, and then be like, okay, I can wrap it up. And if that was good enough, I think maybe at least 1 or 2 of them were successful enough. Maybe it'd be like, can I get a proper sequel now? But I'm bummed out, man. I'm bummed out. Bummed out. God, we were so close, and yet so far. But yet, they'll have 6 seasons of Emily in Paris. Granted, the more you make of a show, the cheaper it gets. This is why Law and Order Special Victims Unit keeps going on forever. 500 episodes still going, and why Grey's Anatomy will never be canceled. It's just cheaper to make.
Hey, hang on 1 second.
We were so close!
Justified anger right there. But yeah, you are right, Joker, because that one scene, it all made sense. I'm like, this one scene explained everything. How long was that scene? Like what, 5-10 minutes?
Not like 5. It felt like that, but it felt like a few short minutes. And just a few short minutes, that lady explains that here's why everything's like the way it is. And it's like,
I think that's what the Terminator No Fate game was going with as well, now that I think about it. Because you saw me stream that game in the different like the different
I did not
endings.
see that. I did not see that at all.
Oh, Joker, you would love it because, well, here's the thing. I will say this: it does make you play the game, like it makes you play the story version of the game, like the actual events of the movie. But on your second playthrough, you can make the other alternate choices. Oh boy, the differences that one it did and everything. But I will stop right there. I will stop right there. It was really good though. I enjoyed it. Um I enjoyed I enjoyed Terminator Zero for what it is. It is a love letter to the original Terminator movies. It was done right. It explained that massive loophole, that massive um plot hole of the timelines. I would have loved for one more season. I would have loved one more season at least. Because people don't sleep on this. Do not sleep on this show.
If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. To me,
I
it was like a
recommend it
9 out
too.
of 10. Highly recommend it. I think Mugen was also right. They didn't market properly. I did see some better marketing, but they even did a behind the scenes stuff. Like I wish they promoted that more often with the behind the scenes stuff. Like check out
Because
the
look how the Terminator looks. You cannot.
he's menacing again. Like
This is what was missing in the newer movies.
and
It
also in
was
my opinion, I
missing.
think James should have probably marketed as well because I want to know if James actually ever saw the show actually because it was by Skydance. So I wonder if James Cameron even saw the show or some of the other cast members because I think of a few more big names like Cameron, Sigourney, Arnold if they saw it or they were asking them like, did you guys see the show yet? I think that would have helped out boost because imagine if the Terminator or came out and be like, I watched a show and I liked it. Dude, I think that would have been badass if Arnold did that, or even Sigourney or Cameron said that we saw the show, we really like it. But it happens. It happens, my friends. It happens.
It does happen, sadly, and this is one of those shows where it should have been heavily promoted. But time will tell. But for right now, I highly recommend it. All right, Joker. What else do we got on the
So I
platter
got
today?
I got a new trailer. I got a new movie that's coming our way from for Jamor Tacon. I can't pronounce his name. Over Your Dead Body, starring Jason Segel and Samara Weaving. So Hugo Weaving's daughter is at this movie, and Jason
Oh.
Segel, who might be going against typecasting. I know he does a few dramas here and there, and he was nominated for the Golden Globes a couple years back for Best Limited Series, Short Series, or Television Movie. So he was nominated for a drama. So the film follows a couple who go to a secluded cabin to rekindle their marriage. But the twist for this one is, however, they both secretly plan to kill each other. So already I'm like, okay. A twist on the usual formula we are all used to. I'm gonna be excited for that one. Sounds very interesting. And for Siegel, I think if you guys haven't seen so much dramas, go for it. But I think this could work to his advantage because, yes, How I Met Your Mother was like his mainstay for a very long time. But I think this could work in his favor if he wants to go a little more darker in that sense of way. So I'm up for it. something different for him.
I agree. And Samara Weaving, um I'm flabbergasted that she is Hugo Weaving's daughter. Goes to show, Joker, that I have been living under a rock for longer than I hoped. And Jason Segel, I think that's Steven Seagal's son. I believe that is his son. So you are right. I guess they're both going against typecasting because I mean, it's the way to do it because Jason is like, you know what? I'm going to do my own shit. Yeah, my father is famous, but I want to do my own shit. So I'm genuinely curious about this because the premise reminds me of The Lake House. It reminds me of The Lake House with Keanu Reeves. That's the vibe I'm getting with this one, except instead of the usual ending, we have two people playing to kill each other.
So
Oh,
it
that
sounds simple, but then it's like I saw a little bit of the trailer where it is that usual, okay, we're here, but then it's like, dog, why do you always gotta be like this and that? And it's like, all right, here we go. I gotta know who's going to attempt to kill who first, but I think this will be something very exciting at least for me, Mars, because I always love stuff like this. I have that dark sense of humor along with
it's like a car it's like a car crash. You see these two cars really going at it, and you're hoping who's gonna crash first. It's like
funny enough,
I gotta watch. Go ahead.
funny enough, when I actually saw the film, it was the hold on a second, it's on the tip of my. Let's see here, hold on. And I know I saw it was after the film Elvis, but it was with because it had Austin Butler in it. It was let's see here, The Bike Raiders. After I saw the film The Bike Raiders in theaters, coming right out after, there was like this really nice sports car that went very fast after we did. And it's like, really, you got to show off right now because he went from 0 to 60 really fast. And right behind him was a cop car, and it was those whoop, 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 whoop. And the guy who's in front of me turned and looked, and he was like, yes. I'm like, good. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Action has consequences. So that's what it reminds me of just a little bit. I'm just reminded of that scenario. I'm like, oh God.
Oh God.
like we just got done with this movie watching about a more dramatized version of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, and it's like one of the scenes is Austin Butler outrunning the cops until he runs out of gas. So it was just ironic at that point. I was like, I'm like, that is ironic. So I'm excited for this one. This will be kind of cool to see. But if you thought David Fincher's favorite one of his writers is done yet, he's not done. I can't play the clip, but from the writer 7, Andrew Kevin Walker, we got a new film called Psycho Killer. The film follows a police officer who tracks down a killer after her husband becomes one of his victims, coming out in 2 days from now. So, and the writer from 7, I'm like, that is a good writer. That's a very good writer. And he also did The Killers on Netflix for David Fincher as well. So I'm very excited. So something new that I didn't know I needed. I was like, okay, I like this guy. He's a good writer. I like what he does for the most part, because some of it's not his fault either. But I'm like, good. I want to watch this. So very good. Very excited. And now for the big one. You know what I'm going to bring up. So this is where Lucy from Assassin's Creed went after she got stabbed in the temple. So this is where Lucy went. Yes, we got our Amy Rose, Kristen Bell, the voice of Lucy from the Assassin's Creed franchise, 1 through Brotherhood, and yes, I gotta mention it, guys. This is Elsa from Anna from Frozen is voicing Amy Rose.
Oh, I saw Phoenix's take on this.
He wanted Anna. I'm like, I know, but Kristen Bell's a good one. I love Kristen Bell. She's a voice actor. She's good. She's got the role for it. She'll do it fine. She will do it fine. But that doesn't mean Anna Kendrick can't be in it, because Anna Kendrick will be perfect for Blaze.
Right.
Because Blaze was teased. Everyone's like, Blaze wasn't teased. You guys gotta remember the wife. She's always wearing different color clothing. And when her husband was in the hospital, guess which color she was wearing?
Yep. Those very colors of Blaze. Those very colors. Hey, Batty Commander, what's up, buddy? I'm excited because now we have now that we have Amy Rose, I'm wondering who else is going to be in it. Because I know Sonic is already I know the voice actor is already penciled in for this movie. So is Tails' VA.
Because look, I know best photo I can do right now, but look at that color. She wore black for Shadow. She's wearing purple now for Blaze. Well, kind of that light purple color for Blaze. Because if you look at all the different colors, yes, we got Metal Sonic, pink was for Amy as well. That was a great reveal. But again, look back here. She's wearing purple. Does that mean we're going to get Blaze in Sonic 4? Not a possibility. Could we get Blaze in a spin-off with another show with Sonic or something with Shadow the Hedgehog where we see Silver and Blaze? Yes. I would love to see these characters come in. Yes, I know people are going to say, but they're running out of villains. That doesn't necessarily mean you can't get another Robotnik again. Make this one more based upon either the Sonic Hero style of voice acting, where that guy was always very good, or again, do stuff like the more modern stuff, get another version of Robotnik, even though Jim's already in the kind of Robotnik outfit. You can go back to the Sonic animation or SATA-AM design that Jim Henson, that Jim Cunningham and the other people have voiced. Have that one build again, Metal Sonic, and be like, my other half couldn't succeed, but I will succeed. You could do it that way. You can do it many ways for Sonic, really. But that still confirms that the final villain, probably for the movies, will be Chaos. Because there's not too many villains left when you think about it. Because we've done Eggman twice. We just did Shadow with the Professor, mostly Shadow, and then 4 is obviously Metal Sonic with Amy, and this Amy comes from the future that Robotnik has taken over. So they didn't necessarily say it was Jim Carrey's Robotnik in the plot synopsis that kind of leaked out. It's a Robotnik, so it's like teasers. And we know Iblis was fought off screen thanks to Dash watching the show, and that's why Knuckles has his flame fist. So I know off screen, I know, wonderful. But I'm still excited. I'm still excited, man. It's good to be a Sonic fan this time around.
Oh yeah, I'm excited because currently right now as it stands, We did Robotnik twice. No, 3 times actually, sorry.
Robotnik won the first movie. Second film was also Robotnik. Third film was Shadow and Robotnik were mostly Gerald Robotnik. So you kind of say, well, we did him for 3 times, but that was with his papa. So not technically speaking, but
I adored those scenes with Gerald and Robotnik. Oh my god, those were
Jim can do a dual role perfectly. So to
and
me,
he
but
kept,
it's also
and he did the Count Olaf voice for Gerald. That takes range.
To me, it's still sad that Gerald. We didn't have like I said beforehand. It's great I got my scenes with Shadows and Maria, wonderful, but we didn't get one with Gerald and Maria. In my opinion, they really needed that extra boost in there. Instead of doing the whole revenge guac, I think they should have done something with Gerald and Maria. Like we could have had what Shadow remembers, but they could have done the twist that it wasn't Shadow getting tested, it was Maria getting tested. They could have done that way. And then you could finally have like this new arc is being built. We're gonna go up there for 50 years. And because remember they teased Black Doom in the third movie, so again, there's still villains we can do. So, but that missing scene for me with Gerald was kind of like a nail in the coffin for me. I love Jim the role, but maybe they'll do it for the future for Shadow because they can still salvage it with the Shadow spinoff show.
But knowing what we know now, it looks like we're gonna be taking the route of Sonic CD and go from there. Because up until now, the Sonic movies have been playing it safe with like the safe content, like the first movie, and then the second movie based on Sonic 2 from the game, Sonic 3 and also with Knuckles, so making it like a combination of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And then we literally have Sonic versus Shadow for Sonic Rider for Sonic Adventure 2, and now we're into Sonic CD. I am gonna hold off I'm gonna hold off my predictions until after Sonic 4, because currently as it stands, we don't know where this is gonna go per se. We're just speculating. But I'm hoping it does go the route of Sonic CD because I want to see the race between Sonic and Metal Sonic on Stardust Speedway, and I'm happy. That's it. Everything else is just a given. But I'm glad we got Amy Rose this time. So, and Kirsten Bell, well, we'll see how
Good
she
choice.
does.
Welcome to the family.
Yep. But what's up next, Joker?
I got a new anime in the works based off a dark fantasy light novel called Blade and Bastard by Keigo Kuma of Goblin Slayer and Soi Subin from Overlord. Anime adaptation announced. Dark fantasy about a dead man resurrected without memories, who's spending his days recovering the corpse of adventures in a dungeon until he meets a female swordsman who is the sole survivor of her party. Now, two of the greats, Goblin Slayer and Overlord, coming together. Nice combination. And I can still see the influence of Overlord in here with Goblin Slayer. You can easily tell that, at least for me with the big sword wise, I'm like, okay, that's a little bit of Goblin Slayer vibes, but to me, it's her outfit that kind of sounds like, oh yeah, that's completely Goblin Slayer. This is how Goblin Slayer would be dressed for him telling that, okay, if you're gonna hunt goblins, you need to wear this and not that. And a little bit of Overlord, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little bit of the Overlord design there. But for the most part, it's working well. If they're at the 6th volume right now, if not more, so this will be interesting. I'm excited for this concept. Could work, could not work, but kudos, something brand new to watch.
Ooh. You have this sounds amazing. Blatant oh, that's a bold title right there. Blatant Bastard. Oh, this is gonna be good. Let's see. Dark fantasy. Ooh. I like the cover. I
Yep.
love the
So this is the
premise.
So the illustrator is Soy Bin, who's done the stuff for Overlord, while the writer is the writer from Overlord. So knowing this is there's going to be a twist a little bit because with Goblin Slayer you get everything with Goblin Slayer. It's not just a dark fantasy to go into some content for work that we cannot talk about here safely on YouTube, but there's a reason why only goblins matter, and there's about those who survive the goblins' attack, but also by um, he is the way that he's like in the show. So it does totally make sense on why it is that way. But if you want to know more about Goblin Slayer, go read Goblin Slayer. Great read, or go read or go watch the show. Fantastic stuff. So I'm excited. But I got some news. I got some updates for. Oh, before I get to some of the big ones. Anything else you want to say about Blade and Bastard before I move on?
Nah, I'm good. I'm genuinely excited and hope for the best.
Okay, so I bet you're wondering where in the world is Ghost in the Shell? Where is that anime? I thought we were gonna get the anime sometime in the near distant future. Well, I got it for you right here. It looks like good old Amazon has secured the rights, except for Russia and China, to stream the more faithful adaptation of The Ghost of the Shell, coming July this year. Animated by the team members over there at Science Sura, directed by Moka-chan. For those of you that know, Science Sura are the ones that do Undead Unlock, I believe, but also Devilman Crybaby. So this is up their alley, honestly. So I'm very excited that we got a release date of this.
Ooh, okay.
Release date predictions.
And remember, guys, this is not Motoko Kusanagi. No, this is completely different. I'm
Actually,
glad.
this is the major.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Because look, that is the major. Hairstyle. This is just more faithful to the manga interpretation of the major versus the animes. Because if I go over here, actually,
Oh, okay. I see it now. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, they're doing a new character? But then until you mentioned that, it's like, oh, that's even better than I like.
because if we kind
I
of go, okay, let's see, where's a better angle? So see, there's the major right there, because you can see that. Oh, there's the major. This
oh.
lines up with this, and then you go back to the over here. It matches up more closely. So definitely what production IG has done over the years with the major, that is like their design. Because again, this is classic standalone complex. But to be fair, a lot of this is you could say, is their own take on the franchise with the creator's permission, because the creator has been involved in literally all, and I mean like almost all of the anime projects they've done. The film adaptations, both 1, 2, 3. He's done both seasons of Standalone Complex. He was also involved with, yes, Ghost in the Shell 2045, which I'm still very iffy about. It's mostly due to the art style direction of the whole weird CGI thing that they try to do. All these, like, again, this is still very weird to look at, but I'm like, all right, they gave it a shot. It's still Ghost in the Shell. We get halfway through, but so I'm still excited that we're getting Ghost back, and it's hitting another generation again. So very, very much excited. Very excited to see this.
I will give this the benefit of the doubt. If it based on what you just showed, it has my seal of approval. I'm excited.
There we go. Done. Zion Sooner did Don. There we go. That's what I was getting so mind-boggling about. I was like, that's what. I was like, what's going on here? I was like, I know there's. But I got some more anime news. So if you're ever wondering where the hell is My Dress Up Darling Season 3, even though we still need to do the rest of the volumes because we end, if I could recall correctly, we just ended the season at, I believe it was manga volume 11. That's where they do the whole, okay, got it right here. Hold on a second. It's good thing we have this. It's a good thing I have it with me, actually. So we ended volume 11, actually, where they do the whole coffin horror visual novel dress up. So I can actually show it right here. So if you guys remember this kind of scene in the manga, they do adapt the entirety of this in the last 2 episodes. So this is them doing the whole manga stuff. But if you ever start to wonder, but wait a second, I thought Gojo and Marin, quote unquote, I wouldn't necessarily say they had their little moment together where she takes a photo of him and her together at their apartment. That doesn't happen in the manga. But everyone goes like, wait, it doesn't? That's an anime original ending. So now you're wondering, okay, so then what really happens? So after the heartfelt confession, because Akira's son over here, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is her princess. And you're going like, wait, what? Marin is Akira-san's princess. Why is that? In short, Akira is us. Why? She was told years by her parents growing up that you're old enough to stop reading anime and manga. I'm going to put these away for you forever. Oh, what? You don't do that, Mom and Dad. Just like Mom and Dad taking away all my Power Ranger toys and be like, you're old enough to get over Power Rangers. I'll be like, no, you don't do that. So this is her old character arc for Akira to kind of get over that. But again, she kind of got back into manga and anime in college. She was like Gojo, nervous that people figure out that she likes this stuff. That's why I like Dress Up Darling Online. There's a character for someone that, yeah, maybe I've experienced before. I know somebody who went through all this stuff. So when Marin finds out that, like, oh, you're her favorite girl because you did the princess cosplay correctly and very well from Blaze. In Volume 2, again, they apologize to her. They're like, we're sorry, we didn't tell you, but we should have told you. But how this manga volume ends, actually, we set up the next one. They're like, oh, yeah, what manga do you want to do next? Hanya. She wants to do Hanya. Now, Hanya is from Heaven's Will. Think of this as like that book that nobody wants to adapt or they're trying to adapt, but the author is so strict that's like he's like, no one's adapting this without my permission. He sees one adaptation and it's like, well, I've seen this, but it could be better. So, those type of individuals who are very critique of their own works, but also what's been adapted. So this is kind of like the whole manga's swank song. And here's a teaser. This is what Hanya looks like. So this is the cosplay Gojo's looking for. Now she's meant to be an angel, so that's why she looks more ghost-like and everything. And how do you adapt an angel? So from season 3 onwards, we're going to be adapting the rest of the volume 11 to finish that chapter's arc. And then going from 12, 13, and eventually 14, this mostly 12 and 13, that is Gojo kind of like making the costume. The romance slows down a bit so we can develop Gojo's and Marin relationship better. But this is where if you see Gojo do this, he's stressing out because, well, he's a craftsman. And when he's reading about the author, he goes like, how could he have all these different ideas? Even as he's reading the book, it's like, why is he so critical? He starts to self-doubt himself, like, I am not going to make a good costume again. I don't think I can do this. But spoiler alert, he does it. And, well, if you ever see, you know what? I think you can show it off. I will show it off. I'm going to give you guys a spoiler warning. So here's the spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1. So he pulls it off. This is Marin dressed up as Hanya. So it's like, woo, Gojo. Marin, you did it. So I'm trying to find a better one that shows her in the full costume. So here's one right there. A little bit with the full body shot. So again, he did it. He did it. She's got the crowd. But that's mostly because people are wondering that who in the world, who picked this character? Did anybody know about it? Perfect. I love her art style. I love Fukada-chan's art style. She's very good at capturing like the male and like models. Like Marin's a model, so she clearly studying models and getting all these different interviews. So she did it very well. But if you ever wonder why that people are like get ready to be a little depressed, well, here we go. This is the spoiler. This is the last time I'm going to say this. This is the last time. Final warning. Have they left? Probably yes. 3. Can I get a countdown? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Gojo's not that great right now.
Oh.
So if you ever wonder, like, whoa, why is he like this?
It's because of that.
Let's just say they have to rebuild their relationship again in volume 14. But this is like kind of like I said, this is like the swan song for him. Do they make any more? I'm not going to tell you because I still need to catch up, but there's a reason why the manga did end where it did, where most romance would go on a little bit longer, but I'm glad she ended it where it did in volume 15. There's a spin-off manga if you want to read later, so be prepared when we do get season 3 or they adapt the rest into a movie, because this is what the article has to say about it. So you can kind of put me off screen right now. Thank you very much. is that yes, there are still plans for a season 3. They just don't have the time right now, but it's like we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So don't worry. They'll get to it. So isn't happening anytime soon, but that doesn't mean that no, we're not. It's not done. They're still going to do it later in life.
And this some- and this sometimes happens, ladies and gentlemen. They can only do so much in terms of like updates and everything without breaking NDAs and all of that. It's like, look, I'm sorry, production's in a complete blank state, but once everything is in order, I would like to make another one. But for right now, that's all I can really say, which is completely fine. And I trust Umahara. I trust him. He's like, I can't make a sloppy anime and everything, and he is right. We want to make he wants season 3 to be corrected and everything in between. But we will see. Joker, I'm probably predicting
Probably say 2028 because if they can recover and do it in 2028, I think that would probably be a good point to do it.
Because that's
but don't rush it up.
Because the safe bet is the safe bet in all of this.
Because they're coming off a couple projects they worked on. One of them I really like on Netflix. I got to finish it up just a little bit because they are adapted the manga for that one as well. That would be, it's right over here. Not you. Is the Flower Blooms with Dignity. Very good slice of life anime right there. Very good. And don't forget they're still working on, I believe, did season 3 end yet? I think they're still working. Yeah, season 3 just ended for Spy X Family with Wood Studios, so just remember that as well. And they're still working on the Elusive Samurai along with season 2 of Bocchi the Rock, so this will take a little bit longer to come out. So I'm in no rush, so probably 28 at the safe bet, 29 for more. That will meet people halfway because just to be safe out there. So my predictions at least. All right. So after all that, we have posters.
Oh, yes. My work, the place I work at, they're doing a movie event for this on April 4th.
Woo! You gotta take photos if you can do it.
And they asked me because they already have the Mario. I think they have the Mario costume already. They asked me if I wanted to do the Mario costume.
Oh,
I'm a cosplayer. I said yes. Hell, I was willing to offer to buy my own. I was willing to offer, like, hey, look, I can easily buy the Mario cosplay. All I gotta do is just go on Amazon, put extra large, look at it, make sure it's correct, try it on, and voila. It would probably take me 10 minutes. Roughly 10 minutes to put everything on and to be on my way.
That's awesome. So it's kind of cool. We're getting posters. Obviously, there's some nice Easter eggs. We got the Goombas. We got the piranha plant. We got this little guy.
Oh, we have Latuku. We have Latuku and the spiky little. Oh, I want to. Oh, the little bastards. I love the piranha plant. I love the piranha plants. They look nice. Oh wait,
Goombas in the
who
backgrounds, foregrounds.
who is that though? Bottom right. I wonder who that is.
I thought just one of the Goombas, or one of them.
No, that's not the Goomba. I wonder if that's one of the Bowser kids. I
Oh
wonder.
yeah, that's right. Bowser has children, so good eye. So could be.
Because there's the belly, the shell is in the back, and he's holding something. This makes you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is an intentional poster. This is intentional. Because you have Mario, you have everybody here, but they threw in one of the unknown characters. Only those who have played the game know who this is. I'm not gonna spell it. I that's as far as you're gonna get with me as the hint on this.
Okay,
See
so
right there. Oh,
thinking about
this is
Bowser's
how you
children.
do
Yes,
it.
we do have the man, the Yowzer, my favorite of the children, Bowser Jr. in his iconic paintbrush. He's got the mask. He's got his little cannon over there because in Mario Spaceball, when Bowser Jr. has the castle, he has the cannon. Unlike his father, who's more traditional, so it's nice to me. I can see the cannon again. He's got his pirate ships in the background. The piranha, again, he's a painter, so he probably painted this. And look how the paint goes all the way around this poster into the piranha plant. And yes, he was fighting Peach, and he's still voiced by Benny S. So interesting choice. So I like this poster. I love the character. So thank you. And yes, we got the minions. Minions.
Yep, the minions.
Yep. So obviously he's a pirate. He's on a pirate ship, so he needs a crew. So I'm excited to see Bowser Jr. on the big screen. Now I don't see any of the Koopa children here, so I'm like, intentional. Going back over here again. Intentional. Not intentional. So it's like, something's going on here. But we got more. Yes, our Peach with her favorite toads. But
And
look
look, the
who's all
penguins.
here. Look who's
The
in the
penguin.
background. So
Ooh.
sunshines. We're going to sunshine, I guess.
We
Hopefully
got
in the
Mario's
future.
sun. We got Mario's sunshine.
So hopefully soon in the future. She's got the rocket. She's got what is this planet over here? Because there's almost every shot in this stuff. There's a planet.
Oh,
Obviously we're in the Mushroom Kingdom somewhere, but is that where Rosalind's at? That was Rosalind at? I don't see a
I
castle.
could be, but
That must,
oh god, it's been forever since I played Mario Galaxy. It's been
I know she was on a comet, but that doesn't look like that whole planet. Well, she was riding a comet. To say the least. Whoop.
And then we
But
got the
look,
penguins. We got the
but look,
penguin.
Captain Toad. Captain
Oh,
Toad.
Captain Toad.
He's finally wearing the outfit. Captain Toad. Yeah.
Wow.
Finally.
So Joker, what is this? One Piece season 2 getting the outfits right.
Well, the movie's
Now,
getting everything right.
what
We
time
got
period are we in?
we got
What time period are we in? Because I'm like, it's coming back. The fan love is coming back. I'm excited. I'm even more excited. I have got to make it my mission to see this movie. I'm waiting till after opening weekend. I'm gonna make it my mission to see this movie. I've been slacking lately. I need to make up for that.
obviously we got the desert planet from Mario Odyssey. Our boy Luigi always freaking out with the villagers and again we've seen the movie trailer. This still looks fantastic, and the bikes from from like all the
Oh,
racing games. So thank you for adding that as well. I'm excited. Now give this man a mansion with a flashlight and a vacuum, then I could be satisfied.
they did tease it in the first Mario movie. They did tease the forest and everything. They teased it.
Whew. Very excited. But of course, my personal favorite, the baby
Ah,
Mario, baby
yes.
Luigi, on a Yoshi. And with a short planet nonetheless. So I'm like, ooh, intentional, intentional. But they're also running away from a T-Rex on a Stegosaurus bone, something? Dinosaur bone? Intentional. Because the dinosaur is only on Mario Odyssey. So I guess we're going to Mario Odyssey. But also look at the babies. Look at the babies. Yay,
Oh,
they're just adorable. When Yoshi can handle two babies? Wow, how wide is his back? How wide is his back?
I'm baffled. So you mean to tell me he had room for one more? Nintendo, you're lying to us. Exactly how big is Yoshi's back? Because
Or how wide is it? Because it looks small.
this man, Yoshi is gonna carry this entire movie on his back. I'm calling it now. He is gonna carry this entire movie on his back. It's probably wide enough for that.
So,
Oh, I'm so excited.
well, I'm excited. It's gonna be here in 2 months, a month and a half from now. So I'm very excited. So the buildup is gonna be insane. Miyamoto is gonna be. Everybody's going to be there. So I'm going to be excited for this movie that I love and the series that I love. So again, people, it's not hard to make gamers happy if you play the games, if you read the material, if you just say, I may not be a gamer, but I've seen children love this intellectual property. My niece, nephew, my cousins play this, or my parents do. I have asked them for help. This is how you win us over easily. Unlike the people who don't play them and be like, well, we didn't play the games or read the books. We focus on characters, and then you become Halo. That didn't last 2 seasons and it was over. Or you can be very gun cheeky about everything, like Fallout, and have us question that is it, do they want to be canon? Or, as some people say, it's separate canon. But there's a lot of things they do get right that are making the gamers happy. But
Ooh.
enough about that. Get ready, because, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to Indie Bash or Indie Rumble, whatever, a little segment within the live streams that if you're an independent creator or whatnot, we like to support you. So don't forget to support our good friends like Vaughn the Dragon, Vaughn himself, Phoenix Press, Darky Dark, and my good buddy Joe, who have created their wonderful comic books out there and are giving it to the world. And to this, I've always looked to Joe, be like, Joe, please tell me, you gotta have something in here. Like, Joe is very good at getting the word out over here. And Joe is very good. So, from Zachary Morris over here, from Zachary Arts, he's got a book coming out that's called this over here. Let me blow it up a bit. There we go. Son Data, I can't pronounce his name, but a new sci-fi comic book is coming. Click the link and sign up and spread the good word about it. So here it is over here called Mondorus. There we go. Mondorus Rising. A Lovecraftian and cosmic horror in the tale and bleak cosmic with only one being that can save all of existence. So I am. Please notify me when that launch because I just might back this up or continue to spread the good word about it. So I do like what I see. I'm going in a minute. I'm going to recover for a bit.
Ooh, Mondor's Rising. Ho, 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 ho. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why Hollywood is so scared of indie creators like Markiplier and why Marvel and DC are afraid of indie creators as well. Look at how well these look and everything. And by the way, they had the audacity to remove Markiplier's movie from number 1. From number 1 on the because it broke 30,000,000. And this is a guy who was on a $3,000,000 budget and somehow made a wonderful movie about that. But see, look at that right there. You cannot tell me that gets your attention. This is really cool. I see the references from everything, like the hat from Indiana Jones, the way it's worded. It's a love letter to the original Indiana Jones, not the new one, the classic. The classic. Zach knows what he is doing. Appreciate you, man. See, this is how you do comics and everything. And the love is there. Look at the detail. The love is there. This is done with intention and love. Joker, you're muted.
I'm recovering for a bit because I've been talking a lot.
Oh, okay. You're okay. So, with that being said, indie creators deserve to have their flowers because this is really cool, and I'm glad we're seeing more of that at like conventions and more here and there. I love our industry vets. I love our industry veterans of the animation and storyboards. I'm very honored and privileged to have met um the storyboard artists for the Batman the Animated Series. I'm glad I had a chance to meet them and thank them for the amazing work they do. So please, guys, please visit these wonderful people at the conventions or when they're doing their meet and greets. They're really, really nice people. And Sonderon deserves a look as well because that title, the way it's worded, the backdrop, everything, you could tell you could tell what they were fans of just by looking at it. And it makes sense. And it's uh it's uh the sign up page is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we got let's see from Malin X. Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Because I think you and I, because for this one, I kind of messaged you. I'm like, didn't we cover this earlier, like last year? I think we did.
I
Because I
think
go
we
over
did.
here and I'm like, I think we did because, like, okay, hold on, let's see here. Because this is the one about the hood, but also with vampires and werewolves. And I'm like, yeah, we did cover this last year. And again,
Yep.
Joe is very good at finding or like retweeting different works, talking to a bunch of people. That's where I like to get a lot of this stuff from because Joe is very good, and I was very kind of him to like back Reaper Destroyer issue 1 and promote it a couple times. So yeah, this is it because I'm like, that's familiar. This is familiar. The outfit's familiar. I'm like, yes, this is it. So issue number 2, 4 for Black Riding Hood, Black Knight, and White Devils is coming. So I'm like, yay! I'm happy. This is great. But people are like, but here's the thing: it's familiar, but also new at the same time. Remember, everything's been done before. So how do you stand out for the crowd? Let's add some vampires and werewolves who made a pact that can start killing people. Hell to the yes to that one, right then and there. So if I can go to the campaign, so here it is. It has 21 days left to go. And again, when you do things well, people will back you up. And like I said, when I read the description, I'm like, yeah, we covered this last year because it all came back to me when I saw the campaign because we did at least talked about it on the channel at least.
Yep. It sounded familiar. I looked at it too. I'm like, yeah, we did cover this. It was one of the many episodes of last year when we first did do the indie bash and everything.
So again, this is something that I'm like, yeah, this kind of interests you. Kind of want to like a little bit more different take of Riding Hood a little bit, more modern day ish, but with that dark fantasy element of having, vampires and werewolves making the pack and let's go kill people. Then this is up for you. Go for it, and you can catch up on the series. And I like how some people are unapologetic in the right way. They pick the wrong motherfucking house. I'm like, don't hold back, please, in the politest way possible. So go back this up by the creator of John Millen, 3-time award-winning writer of the year, Godlike and Black Riding Hood, creator of the Graveyard Shift, and CEO co-publishing. So this is this gentleman right here. So good luck to you again, good sir, and good luck to everybody else. But here's one I'm like, because somebody follows me, and I'm like, huh? And I'm like, oh yeah. So if you want a different tale of Pinocchio, this is a concept art right now, working concept before jumping into pages. Ellie debuts in issue 3 of The Man with No Strings. Written by Philip Lupps, head on the cover of Zay Comic website. Get a copy. And I'm like, what is this? But the reason why I only say this because this guy follows me.
Oh,
I'm a little taken back in the politest way possible, and I'm like, huh? This guy follows me? Did I tweet something? Did I do something? Was it when I tweeted something that Joe was? But I'm like, thank you, Phil. I do support the comic book creators. So now we're gonna talk. We're gonna take a little look about that. What is The Man with No Strings? Pre-order issue 1 begins this month. Order it here. So if you're wondering about like what is this thing, because I know, there we go. Here it is. A 36-page black and white comic book starring the new ongoing weird Western fantasy story by, again, Philip Diaz, art by Oliver Israel. I can't pronounce that name. So you thought you needed a tale, but you ever heard the ending? Once he was a boy who wished to be real until his father was taken from him. Now he might ride the road of revenge in order to get him back. So
that looks so cool.
I like when they add that little stuff for the monitors, so you can be like, "Ooh, this catches my attention." Look at that. One half is human, the other is this weird thing over here. And
I like how that gun looks and everything in the hand.
So we'll blow up a few things. So again, illustrated by D. Israel and probably a few more other people as well. But this sells you, because again, if this is at a manga store or a comic store, and I saw this, I would be like, I gotta know what
Oh,
happens here. But if
oh,
you go
Joker.
further in, you can see he's got the detail, not just on the guns, but if you look at his hand, all wooden. This is a wooden hand, not a human hand,
Oh,
wooden hand.
Jo-
Beautiful attention to detail, good sir. Fantastic job. I noticed that right away when I was looking at this earlier.
Joker. You know what this is?
What?
This is an adult version of Pinocchio in the Wild West.
Yep, that's what
That
that's
is
what it is.
that's genius right there. You already take an existing IP, but instead of retelling it from Pinocchio, you switch it up but keep the references. That's
So you
really good. I
So he was again with Pinocchio, or the a different tale of Pinocchio in the Wild West. Again, Western design, Western outfit, smoking the cigar.
Hey,
You know,
Big Angry
Western
Phil.
background looks very good, especially with the time. But also, look at the moon, look at the face. Very good, very good. I love stuff like this. Looks like something that's out of either like kind of like 70s ish design with this one to almost late 80s because I'm like, this screams that vibe right here before they got to more of the 90s style. But if you look over the black and white, if for those who do want to go old school black and white, here it is. Love when stuff is black and white before it gets colored because I'm like, God, this looks really good. Also, who is this guy in the middle? Who is this guy? Is that him?
Oh,
Is that it? Is that who he's
I
after?
oh, I like that detail. That is so cool, like the clock and then the gunfight. Ooh, I wonder who's gonna win this gunfight.
Whew.
See, ladies and
So
gentlemen, this is how you do comics with references and also callbacks to classic IPs. This is definitely Pinocchio. This is like an R-rated Pinocchio movie set in the Wild West. That's the vibe I'm getting, and I am for it.
so again, it's by these guys over here by Oliver Isherba, and written by a very good writer by the name of Philip Diaz. So good job to the both of you, and for getting your comic book site out, like kind of off the ground as well. So check out the campaign as well. Again, it's going to be over here. So that'll be zodiacscomic.com/campaign. So again, we're not promoted by them, but we want to promote them. So good luck, gentlemen. I think this is one I will back. I think I will back this one up because I'm like, I want to check this out big time because but if I don't end up again, I will promote this heavily on my Twitter. So go check them out. And Phil, thank you for the weird follow. But I will promise you, I think I will do it. I think I will. So, but we're not quite done quite yet. I got couple more over here from Sven Stolfos. That's a big name to make. And looks like good old Matty follows him. So I'm like, ooh, Matt follows him. What is Matt like? Butch Killigan Volume 3 launches next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Channel Time. Will also be helped out by a little bit by Ethan Van Schneider on his YouTube channel. Kickstarter plus Fund My campaign go live that night. Arc 1 of I can't pronounce that name.
Omnibus.
Omnibus. $307 pages at $50 campaign special. So it's got even trailer for us. So just for legal reason, I will turn that down, but we'll look at The Last Man in the World That Does Not Need Him Anymore. Awesome.
Oh,
That looks a little cool. I'm like, okay. Oh, thank God
we're
he
good.
covered Degenerate
We're good.
Future. Pedal like, oh, I'm going to pause that. Pedal like, that is a cool shot. What the hell
Oh,
is that thing? So, awesome. I'm glad a lot of this is censored just a little bit, so it does look interesting. It definitely has that rough. It kind of has that good vibe of like partly Total Recall in that vein, a
It
little
does.
bit, but also like it. So I got it over here. So thank God I checked his LinkedIn. So our Poyo DEA detective patrolling the main streets of Ultra City with his partner Pancho. He's about to bite off more than he can chew when he confronts a shady cabal and their mysterious contraband, where horrors await our hero beyond the confines of the street and law. So, all right, I like this premise. I like it a lot. Raw
Ooh.
cyberpunk mayhem. I'm like, okay. So, like, ooh, catches my attention. Ooh. So, I am liking what I'm seeing. So, if you guys want more of that style of this, if you guys really like it, so go for it. And, oh, he's got some merch here. So, awesome, and congratulations once again. He's going to Volume 3 again, which is launching next week. So go for it if you want it, and we'll keep an eye on this one for the channel.
Ooh. I'm excited. This looks really good. I also like the last name Killigan because it's like a play on the Running Man, Killian. I like that. I like that tie-in reference. No relation.
Where I had it right? I had this one earlier. So I got one of the ones I saw over here because it was like one of the first things that Joe was on his Twitter. This is like one of the few things that popped up. Working on Terror in the Trenches 2. Trying to make it work on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Want to do also a Fun Me Comics Second Chance. The book is a work of brutal art and you are going to love it. By this gentleman over here by Vonster, or known as Von Rise again on Twitter. So, but now you wonder that, okay, what's this thing about? What is Terror in Trenches all about? Well, here it is, my friends. Terror in Trenches. So here is your premise. Black Terror and his family, including terror guests, made him the boogeyman of the trenches in World War II. 30 years later, he's gone from black-clad hero to humble New York pharmacist, Dr. Robert Benton. But when eventual super people that Alucard fight in Helsing, known as the Black Reich, bomb his neighborhood into oblivion, he must don the dark mantle once again and fight for his life in the trenches that were his streets against his darkest sins that come back to haunt them. And these are the wonderful creative team behind this wonderful series. So, ooh, wonderful. And now let's take a good look at what this thing actually looks like. Take it away, Knight.
Ooh. Alrighty. We have a lot going on. Looks like gunfire and oh, okay. That is cool. I like the different bullet effects. She has one, two, three, four, five, six guns. Ah, this is cool. terror in the World War II. Let's see. Trenches World War II. 30 years later, after he's gone from a black-clad hero to humble New York City pharmacist, Dr. Robert Benton, when vengeful super Nazis, known as the Black Reich, bomb his hood into oblivion, he must don the mask mantle once again and fight for his life in the trenches that were his streets against his darkest sins come back to haunt him. Ooh, now that's a beautiful take on World War II right there. World War II is such an interesting topic. It's so interesting, like what went on during the war and everything, not just in the offices, the bureaucratic bullshit that we're so used to, but like really in the trenches, like from back then to because it makes sense because a lot of people after the war went on to be desk jobs, to be stockbrokers, scientists, further into the projects and all that. That's all detailed. But here, though, here is where it looks really good. This is like, this reminds me of Helsing, only more, only more grounded. In a sense, you don't have Alucard, you don't have Sarah Victoria, you don't have Walter. The supernatural element is there, but this right here, this reminds me of Metal Gear 4 and Metal Gear Snake Eater. When when Solid Snake is standing and of course Big Boss is standing at the grave site and he's saluting. So this is a
Well, it
good.
does remind me of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, where he salutes the big boss, the boss at the end before he becomes Big Boss. And in 4 Guns the Patriots, when he goes back to the cemetery, he salutes again everybody else again as Old Snake. But then Big Boss shows up, the the original Snake, as I'll just keep it simple. I'll call that one Naked Snake, and that was his name beforehand. It goes Naked Snake, and then you see Zero and Naked Snake talk about everything. So this does remind me of that, but also it's kind of like it's also very somber because we're in autumn. Think autumn, very somber time. The red trees, autumn falls. So this is very deliberate that he's going to go back into the past and he does not want to go back into again. And I love that his grave stands out from all the rest, that this is his.
That skull and crossbone reminds me of Soul Eater.
I'm riding a little bit of Soul Eater, but also Frank Castle as well, because it's also on his
Oh
chest.
yeah. This is a love letter to this. But like I was saying though, this is really, really cool. I like this. I like how we're getting different. Oh, that is a
Yep.
cover. That's a cover shot. Cover shot right there.
You get a little
That
bit of Soul Eater, but also Frank Castle. I'm like, yep. Did the
that
best
is
of
a
both.
beautiful. That is a beautiful tribute to the Punisher and to take on World War II. Oh, oh, that was a good shot right there.
Oh, which one?
Oh, go back to the keep going back. Yeah, right there. That is, oh my lord, that is a really great shot. The detail, the coloring, the shading. I can't
Okay.
imagine I can't imagine how long this took.
Okay, like I said, this is the creator of Monster or Rise Again. So I was like, dude, there's somebody else following. And like I said, people that I follow, I'm like, I know some good shit over here. I know some good shit. Ooh, Shadowpunk. Ooh, our favorite Deadpool guy. So like they know what they're talking about, and of course you do. So like this is gonna be Mandy as well. Kikity. Oh God, I should talk about that. So that's what I have for the most part. But before we end, because I did send this to Phoenix a while back ago before I went up when I was coming back from my trip. Yes, for those who are wondering, like for me, where in the world are our Gem-Shocks issues? Because I am a backer for this, and I'm like, where is it? This is what Mandy has to say. Original campaign books are still happening, still shipping. If you haven't gotten a tracking notification, yes, because Indiegogo, I don't know if this is on her end or in Indiegogo, does say that it is Indiegogo. It shouldn't be much longer. The second chance books may end up shipping with your original order, trying to cross-reference everything to get much out as possible. Okay, now, am I still upset I don't have my books? Yes. Do I blame Mandy? Maybe 30% out of 100. So, do I blame Indiegogo not getting me a notification right away? I get notifications of everything else except for this. Yes. But at the same time, this is what Phoenix will say that, it's very important to keep your audience in the loop. Because if you go to the Indiegogo side and if you go through like the comments section, some people go like, I got my book. Others do not have the book and are upset. So I do side with Phoenix saying that he is right. You got to keep people within the loop and not just be like, it's just a tweet out the door. Look, I love Mandy. And like I said, I do have Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunters. I got both issues actually. And I was heavily promoting Jack the Ripper. But there was one night, like I said, that when I saw a lot of fan art for Gemshock come out, I was always putting the hashtag Gemshock, hashtag Gemshock fan art. And I think that's when Mandy started to follow me. Because I was promoting that book like crazy in a very positive way because I want to see people like that succeed. And I know we're like past the full, I think, year that was promised to come out. But for me as a backer, that does feel like I am upset I don't have it right away. And yet some people do. So this is a case where I'm hoping she learns from it and maybe not use Indiegogo and maybe just go back to Kickstarter or again use their own website for promotion. If I don't get like say at the end of next month, I will just call her and be like, look, here's my ID because you helped out somebody else. So here it is. So can I get my book, please? But I will still be cautious if I'm going to back up her next project or not because it's supposed to be Pitt with Dale. So I'm like, I'm getting a little cautious right now. Just a little cautious. But that's what happens. You got to be communicative. Like when Reaper's story was happening with Joe was very, very much communicative of like, here's where I'm at with the progress. I took some time away to recover after a tragic passing. Or he said one artist I was working with had to leave for something, so I found another one. He will continue working on this with me. So stuff like that is very important to do. And
You make a very valid argument there, Joker. I mean, I do agree with Phoenix on that because even though I don't have my comic out yet, I'm still in the beginning stages of that on top of everything else. I wholeheartedly believe you have to stay in touch with your fan base, the people who are backing you. Like, man, where is our comic? Now, I understand, like, shipping delays, that whole mess of thing.
missing stuff, so maybe something happened there. I wish she said that, yeah, something happened with shipping, so make sure you are checking your emails. If not, let me know. I wish she said that instead of being like me finding on a Twitter account where she's like, what's your ID? Because I'm like, that would have been great to know for the campaign. If not those on Indiegogo still who are still checking it. Remember that. I mean, she did give us an update saying that everything's still being shipped out the door. Like, in fact, I can even find it actually. I actually will prove it. So let's do that. Okay, let's see here. Let's while back ago. Continue.
And but you think with everything going on, it's like, say like I came out with my own comic, um, hang on one second here. Let me see if I can find it. Like Jackpot Jet. If I were to come out with the comic volume 1 of Jackpot Jet, I would make sure that, okay, guys, this is the cover. This is what's going on. Volume 1, if you're backing it, fantastic. You're in the know. Stay tuned for shipping updates. Um, and when the shipping goes, stay tuned for that announcement. Be sure you're following the main channel because I will definitely post it there and everything in between.
Okay,
But
so I got a
it's
few. I got a few up. Okay, yep. But continue.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, like even going through Twitter, like if I go like to form like from what the wizard ship, she does talk about shipping. Like people do talk about it, and again, she's not wrong about some stuff. It's like she's right. She's very much right. But then you get the stuff that's like in December, if you're still like when this photo was popped up, it's like if you're still waiting your copy for Gemshock, you should be shipped the next few weeks. Some of us still happen, still happen. Even in October, someone's like, "Where's my Gemshock?" I still, when I get yours, you'll receive an email tracking number. I still haven't got that. So when you go back to like the post I have right over here in February, it's like, some maybe there is again to give the biggest benefit of the doubt. Maybe there was more behind the scenes issues that you don't know about because there was a issue we had before him the campaign. Indiegogo kind of was like pushing in the background a little bit, where links weren't working. To it's like, are you sure the pig is still up there? And it's like, do we have to censor a little bit of the outfit? Probably, because I did see a original post along with a censored post. So it's like, did that get to be fixed? So it could be a number of things really. So that could be out of her control, and with her multitasking different jobs, unfortunately Gymshock must have slipped a bit. And it's like, oh no, I have Gymshock. Where are all the orders going out? So I will still give her the benefit of the doubt. Like again, like I said, to me, if I don't get this in March and it becomes like April, I'm gonna be a little upset. But it's also funny because I got both issues of Jack the Ripper very quickly when they were campaign. I was like, oh cool, got my comics. And I got the notification that was coming. I think two almost I didn't get the notification until I checked. I'm like, oh, I did get a notification. Sweet.
Exactly. I do hope you get your copy though, Joker, because you fronted the money and backed it. Mandy,
I'm hoping.
we're not angry at you. We're mad of what is going on behind the scenes. What is going on? Because let's face it. She has a lot of followers and there's a lot of backers. So I understand that. Completely normal. Wait, she
16K
has
dollars.
that
16K.
yeah, we'll take that into account. We'll take all that into account and say, okay, that is a lot of people and a lot of backers. Completely normal. That is completely normal. But you think by now, because we're in February, we're almost in March, Joker. We're almost in March.
Like I keep saying, if I don't get it in March, I'm gonna be like, something's happening. And I can even go to my campaign and be like, no, I'll do that just for a little bit.
Because I already got my copy of Screecher from Nick already.
Oh, sweet.
So what is really going on here? Because this is the type of stuff, Joker, that is preventing me from doing my own right now. I already have the backstory and everything ready for Jackpot Jet. But what I'm seeing currently happening is making me really cautious. Because the last thing I don't want to do is disappoint people and the backers. That is the last thing I don't
Yeah,
want
you
on
can
my
tell that
post.
because like
Because
Reaper
I
Destroyer
can
is
see it.
completed. Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter complete. I think 2 was on their site, so that's why I think that one shipped a little bit quicker. If you kind of go to my pledge, you see a payment was successfully collected successfully. The creator will send you a pledge when it's ready. Stage place payment paid. Like I got a what's it like I get a comp, I get the book and a nice T-shirt, So it's like where is it? Hopefully hopefully soon. And like that's the date I backed it up. So it's been like I think it was a fully done. I think they ended it no, not last year, in 2023. I think that's when it ended, and then it went into production. So hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully sooner than later.
And believe me, guys, you don't want an angry Joker. You don't want angry Joker. That's the last thing you don't want. I've seen this man get so angry. It is not fun. Unless, of course, but it was against somebody I did not like, so I'm like, you got what you deserved. but still, jokes aside here, I'm wondering, is it Indiegogo doing this? Because I heard a lot of not so nice things of Indiegogo and everything, and I'm wondering if this is part of that. Cause
That's what I said. If there's more behind the scenes with Indiegogo, then we have a big issue. So I think this is the last project she did at Indiegogo, and if this is just taking too long, even she said that Indiegogo has issues, which again I can easily do it this way. Now hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like I said right here, even said that she has problems as well. So it's like something's going on. So to me, move on from this. It's gonna be like, oh, I'm hoping, man. I'm crossing my fingers. But there's gonna be 2 hopes. One hope is that Kevin Eastman believes that the movie is still happening. I don't think it's off the table. I think it's been delayed. So remember, Eastman's the co-creator with Peter Laird. So if Eastman's saying this, maybe he is hopeful that we will probably see a last round and adaptation. So please, Mr. Eastman, I want to believe you. And he's still with TMNT actually. Does the comics. He got his 2 movies out along with his animation show. So and he still does it. So unlike Laird is in more into pottery these days, but he still does all the convention stuff that they request him, and he likes to meet the fans as well, along with Eastman. So I think I'm still hopeful a little bit. I think I'm hopeful that if Eastman's like, look, I think it's still going to happen. It's just been delayed. So I'll believe it when I see it. But there's one more thing. I wish Fado was here.
oh, I literally almost broke my chair upon this news. I'm like,
At the
finally.
30th anniversary, Dot Hack is back, known as Dot Hack Zero, or more importantly, the reboot. The Dot Hack series has always been developed by Cyberkinetic 2 and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. But for Dog Hack Zero, go away. For Dog Hack Zero, Bandai Entertainment has given CC2 permission to manage the entirety of the project, from planning, development to release. It will be a title that is self-published by CC2. World-renowned violinist Taro Haksakis has penned the music, kickstarting the project to the dexterous tone of his violin. Zero will be a novel RPG experience that blends the series' trademark duality of fantasy world and reality world with modern expectation and infused with CC2 spirit. And this will not be connected to anything. It won't be connected to World 1 or World 2, so it won't follow the Infection series or the GU stuff, not even the recent stuff, or even, shall we even mention with Dot Hack Sign. So this is a great starting point for those who got into Hack. And funny enough, we just finished Dot Hack Sign a few weeks ago. So
Yep.
did we do that? Did we do that? Did we?
Yeah.
Hey, Raquel, and Big Phil. So
I need to get that clip. I need to get that one.
Did I do that? So they got a violinist doing the music. So, and hey, when you hear that music with that violin, I was like, oh, this is really good music right now. And let me try to find the character designs, or at least because you can see the character up. I really don't like when I do that on my computer. So they did show off the characters. So here's our new characters, but he still looks like Kite. He's got the hair. He's got a little bit of his weapon. I'm like, he looks like Kite. I'm like, and yes, do it.
Oh,
He's done the signature thing. He's doing it. He's hacking, so it's like, yes.
there's
He's
the
doing
data
drain. There's the data drain. He's doing the data
Yep.
drain. Yes. There's this feeling.
I believe that is a play on Aura and Morgana. I believe
I
that's
think
a play on it.
it does look like Morgana. I'm like, but she's also in that red background. I see the hair that's more
Because
Morgana.
remember, we never seen Morgana. We never seen her. So I like to think that Morgana did exist, like as a physical entity. This would probably be a close second. This would
Probably
probably
what
be.
Morgana look like, because it's also not the
It's
new
not Aura.
AI that was because it's not the new AI that was replacing Morgana. Like, no, if this is what Morgana air quote would look like, I'm like, yeah, this could look like her, but
Because it would make sense in a way. Oh, that is beautifully done. Keep in mind, folks, this is I think this is hand drawn. If I'm not
no,
mistaken.
this is still that traditional what Cyberconnect likes to do with the in-game engine. So it's not quite hand drawn.
Still looks good. It still looks
But the
good.
trailer is over here, so I think this is slightly in that style that they're going for.
Oh,
It is
Black
not quite
Rose.
gameplay. Yep, Black Rose.
Look,
See,
look at that reference. Oh,
it's funny.
she's
They say
gorgeous.
it's not connected, but they're still using all the wonderful references. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's Black Rose from one of the games that someone mentioned before.
Well, even if it was a reference and everything, it's still not I mean, technically, it's not connected.
Technically, she's in that same outfit. Like she's got the same exact outfit that Black Rose would wear. Because
Oh,
Hughes,
I love it. I love
because
this.
let's go back and forth a little bit. So there's Hughes Rose right now. Go
Mhm.
away, and then we'll compare. It's just I can see it. I can see it. Again, go back one more time, and
Oh,
then again.
the color
Yeah,
scheme, the
it's got
markings.
the outfit.
Okay. Oh, yep. Okay.
I can
I
see it.
see
That
it.
is Black Rose.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. I love
Again, look
this.
at that. He's kite. He's even got the weapon correct. He's got the weapon.
And he
He,
has
he,
the outfit.
he, again, it's the Godzilla meme. It's the Godzilla meme. Brock, it looks like kite. Like it looks like kite, but the international comic draws. It's not kite. We should be excited because it is kite. Though it isn't. I love that skin in the movie. So it looks like kite. It looks like Black Rose. No, go away. I don't need violins. Even to me, this looks like oh gosh, what was his name in the second in the GU? His name
Haseo?
forgot. No, not Haseo. The other one. The male character we were up was it I know what was his name? Ovan.
Bob
Because this guy kind of reminds
Oval.
me a little bit of
Oh,
Ovan.
Oval.
Just how he was always looking for the distance. But I'm like, because that's what Ovan always kind of does. He was always being very vague about everything. So I'm like, this does remind me of him, like always watching over you. Obviously, the religious symbolism, which you can find in a couple of other characters. So I'm like, sweet. And I'm like, so I haven't seen the cat yet, but I'm like, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And you will see the problem has been detected. See, look
Oh,
at
the
that.
blue.
Waffles
This is this is a good play on the blue screen of death. This is perfect. I like this.
When I saw this, I was like, "Oh my god, the blue screen of death!" But also look carefully at at what they're saying here. A problem has been detected, and the system has been shut down to prevent damage to your computer. The problem seems to be caused by the following file: Twilight.
Oh,
They say it's not
oh,
canon.
oh, I'm excited.
So I love that reference right there. I was like, oh my god, it said file Twilight. I'm like, so I was like, so I love that as well. But when you read further, if this is the first time you've seen this stop error screen, restart your computer. This computer's again the following these steps, blah 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 blah. But then Twilight EX address FBD stand. But if you go all the way back here and just see again the 2D stuff, block. I love how they do the whole block. And then it's like block, 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 block. And then again, blurring realities. I love how they do this. So good, so good. Good morning, the world. Oh yeah, yeah. I love how they did this. I was like, what is this? What is this? I'm like, and I saw the world. I was like, Donak. We're going back to Donak. Because that's the game they played called The World. So awesome. That was awesome.
Oh, oh, you know what would be the icing on this cake? Where is Yuki Kaiju? Uh, where is Yuki at? We need Yuki on this. Yuki, you're still good at you're still well enough, you're still healthy enough to do it. This one thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got like a sample from the anime. They put it in here as a reference, or they bring her in as like for additional music because that would be great as well. But if they also again continue to look here, you'll see that everything's getting corrupted. I'm like, are we sure this isn't Morgana? Are we sure this isn't Morgana? Because this is something that she would do. unless it's a new AI again. Because everything just looks infected and everything, so
Oh,
something's
yep, I see it.
again. She looks like the villain. I think she's going to be the villain.
This is what Morgana could have looked like in the fit. Like if they
If
had
she
enough
took
time.
over the AI, if she did fully take over.
This is right because Aura. We all know what Aura looks like, so this makes sense in the best way possible, and I'm all for it. But I'm excited for this because
And obviously, he's got the data drain going on, so it's like, what is she doing? So we'll see how it goes.
remember he did get the thing from Aura and everything. So this makes sense. Oh, he's turned.
And he's
No way.
turning
No,
what
no
exactly
way.
what Seo does.
Wait a
So
minute.
he's
Are we
changing. He's
getting
changing the avatars.
are we
He's going to
getting
data
are
pool.
we getting Azure Kite? Oh, this is perfect. Azure
I'm
Kite.
excited.
Yes.
I'm very excited. Again,
Yes.
he's
Look at
turning
that.
into like what
Beautiful.
Skeeth used to turn into. So I'm like, we'll see. But they kind of cock tease a little bit. Again, he does the data drain. So I'm like, we'll see. So Zero
Oh.
is coming in the near future. I'm excited. Look at. I'm happy they are bringing it back. But also look at the bottom. The world is at dusk. It matches with us so well. God, the references, the hints, they're done so well here. I'm excited. That's why I try to get Fatal. Be like, oh, Fatal, our series is back.
And get Yuki Kaijura, please. That would complete that would complete this whole thing. You cannot have a dot hack without her in it. You can't. I mean, wait. Let me take that back. I welcome any other composer here. We're open to new composers and everything, but it would be nice to have Yuki come back for this one as well. I am open to different composers and everything, no disrespect, but I grew up on Yuki Kaijura's music, so I'm a bit biased on that one.
Chieko is also one of the first game composers for Dot Hack. She did stuff for a fair amount of them actually. She did a lot of them from the Infection series. So like she probably known her best for again like for all the. She did stuff like with Dot Hat. She did stuff with Rebirth, Reminiscence, and Redemption, and then Link. She would later do stuff for that was like for the GU stuff. She did do Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine. So she is the one that we really should get back because it's great. But also people are like, what else does she do? Well, she's mostly been lately in a lot of the Naruto stuff, all the Ultimate Ninja stuff up to Shippuden, and then she did stuff with JoJo with Adventures Eyes of Heaven. But she also composed one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, Azora's Wrath. So to me, she's both great but also underrated because I think she's been wasted on Naruto for a while now. But she should come back as like an additional composer and probably the other two composers as well. But that's all the news we got you. Are we still on for Thursday night by any chance for continuing X-Men Evolution?
Tomorrow night I am doing Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5 as promised.
Okay.
Jasmine, I haven't heard anything from Jasmine yet.
Okay.
I will subtly ask. Because
If something happened with family, that's all we're allowed to say.
with all due respect to Jasmine, because we love her to pieces and we just want to be upfront and clear about all this. But she's okay.
Okay, good.
It was a family thing going on and everything in backstage. But that's all I can that's all I'm at liberty to say.
Okay,
However,
well, from
next
that here on
Thursday,
Thursday night, you'll be guys watching Eminem as he plays Poppy Playtime. I think I'm gonna play that series when it gets to the month of horror. I think that'll be the best time for me to play it.
start with chapter 1. Start with chapter 1. It's the shortest chapter, but it gets you right into it. Chapter 2 up until 5 right about now, that's when it really takes off. That's when it really takes off, but that's all I'm going to say. But
Okay.
tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, I will be live with Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5. Next Thursday, I don't know what's happening, but I will do everything I can to make sure all the ducks are in a row. If Jasmine still needs more time, we'll slowly do more of the watch parties without her. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get that figured out. Stay tuned for now. So for tomorrow, Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5. Take care, everybody. We love each and every one of you. Bye, guys.